It's a Friday fact. Friday, Friday, Friday. It's a Friday fact, yeah.
I've been waiting all week for this.
A new fact every Friday. It's a Friday fact.
Imagine this scenario. You design a logic app to process critical alerts or specific emails. Everything works flawlessly, but when you check the run history, it's filled with thousands of succeeded runs that did absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, this is a common reality for many users. The traditional approach is to add a condition action at the beginning of the workflow to check whether the incoming data is relevant. For example, is this email from my boss? Or is this alert critical? But here's the catch. You're paying for every one of those executions. Even if the logic app exits immediately, the trigger fired, an instance was created, and the meter started running. In high-volume scenarios, this unnecessary noise can significantly inflate your Azure bill. So today, we will be talking about a way to optimize your credits. There's a smarter and more efficient way to handle this: trigger conditions. Think of trigger conditions as a security worker at the entrance of your workflow. Instead of letting everyone walk in and checking their ID inside, which costs money, the bouncer checks the ID before they step inside. By adding a simple expression in the trigger settings, the Logic App platform evaluates the incoming data before creating a run instance. Condition met? The Logic App fires and you pay for the execution. Condition failed? No instance is created. No run history, no clutter, and most importantly, zero cost. Sound good, right? Let's put it to the test. Here is an example of how to implement it. For this example, we will be using a consumption logic app. Open the Logic App Designer and add the when an HTTP request is received trigger. Use the following sample payload to generate the schema recommended, but not required. Navigate to Settings, General, Trigger Conditions, plus Add. Add the expression on the image. Testing. In order to test it, send at least 2 requests. Postman works perfectly. One of the messages must have the type value as critical. How do you confirm that it's working? There are 2 ways. You can either open Monitoring and then Metrics, filter by triggers started and runs completed, or just go to Run History and you'll notice that only the runs that met the condition appear. All other requests were ignored before the Logic App was instantiated, so they never show up here. You'll notice more triggers fire than runs completed. Exactly what should happen. Key takeaways. Trigger conditions are one of those small features that deliver huge value. They reduce costs, clean up your run history, and make your Logic apps more efficient and professional. If you're working with high-volume triggers, this optimization isn't just useful, it's essential. A tiny configuration change that can save hundreds or thousands per year while keeping your workflows clean. Thanks for watching this Friday Fact. See you on next Friday.